Your boss walks over and says, "Can you take care of this too? I need it by tomorrow." But you're already working on two important tasks. You want to say no, but then you start thinking, what if my boss thinks I'm lazy? What if I sound rude? Maybe I should just say yes. So you say, "Okay, I'll do it." And now you're overloaded. If this sounds familiar, today's lesson is for you, because saying no at work doesn't have to sound rude. In fact, you don't always need to say the word no. Today, you're going to learn 5 professional ways to handle these situations in English, confidently, politely, and without sounding unhelpful. And we'll practice each one together. So don't just listen, say the sentences out loud. Let's start with something important. Imagine your boss says, "Can you also finish this report today?" And you say, "No, I can't. I'm busy." The sentence is grammatically correct, but professionally, it can sound a little too direct. Instead, try this. "I'd be happy to help, but I'm currently working on 2 important tasks." Notice what happened. You didn't simply reject the request, you acknowledged it first. "I'd be happy to help." Then you explained the situation, "but I'm currently working on 2 important tasks." This sounds cooperative, not defensive. Now let's make it even more useful. You can add, "Which one would you like me to prioritize?" So the complete response is, "I'd be happy to help, but I'm currently working on 2 important tasks. Which one would you like me to prioritize?" This is a powerful workplace phrase. You're not saying, "I don't want to do it." You're saying, "I want to help, but I need to know what matters most." Now imagine your boss gives you another task. "I need this as soon as possible." But you already have several deadlines. You could say, "I can't do it." Or you could say, "I'm currently at capacity. Could we discuss which task should take priority?" "I'm currently at capacity." This is a professional way of saying, "I already have as much work as I can reasonably handle." Now it's your turn. Imagine your boss says, "Can you also prepare this presentation?" You already have 2 urgent deadlines. What would you say? Try, "I'm currently at capacity. Could we discuss which task should take priority?" Again, say it out loud. "I'm currently at capacity. Could we discuss which task should take priority?" Good. Remember this phrase, "which task should take priority." It's useful whenever you have competing responsibilities. Now let's look at another common situation. Your boss says, "I need this report by 3 p.m." You know you can't finish it properly by 3 p.m. Don't simply say, "That's impossible." Instead, try, "I can do that, but I'll need a little more time." Then give a realistic alternative. Would 5 p.m. work? So, "I can do that, but I'll need a little more time." Would 5 p.m. work? Now practice. Your boss says, "I need this presentation in 1 hour." You know you need at least 3 hours. What would you say? Try, "I can do that, but I'll need a little more time." Would 3 hours work? Again, say it naturally. Don't sound apologetic. You are communicating a realistic timeline. Now let's talk about something important. Sometimes the problem isn't just the amount of work, it's the quality. Imagine your boss asks you to take on another important project today. You know if you accept it immediately, you'll rush everything. Here's a professional response. "I'm concerned I won't be able to give this the attention it deserves." That's a very useful sentence. You're not saying, "I don't want to do this." You're saying, "I want to do this properly, and I don't want to compromise the quality." You can continue, "Could we look at my current priorities first?" So the complete response is, "I'm concerned I won't be able to give this the attention it deserves. Could we look at my current priorities first?" Now your turn. Your manager asks you to take another major task while you're already handling an important project. What would you say? Try, "I'm concerned I won't be able to give this the attention it deserves. Could we look at my current priorities first?" That's a confident, professional response. Now let's talk about something important. Sometimes you really do need to say no. You can't always negotiate. You can't always offer another deadline. And you don't need to give a long explanation. You can say, "I'm afraid I won't be able to take this on right now." Notice the phrase, "I'm afraid." Here, it doesn't mean you're frightened. It's a polite way to introduce a negative response. For example, "I'm afraid I won't be able to attend the meeting," or "I'm afraid I won't be able to take this on right now." You can then give a short reason if necessary, but don't over-explain. You don't need to tell your entire life story. Be polite, be clear, and be confident. Let's put everything together. I'll give you 5 situations. Pause after each one and answer out loud. Situation 1. Your boss gives you another task, but you're already overloaded. A strong response is, "I'd be happy to help, but I'm currently working on 2 important tasks. Which one would you like me to prioritize?" Situation 2. Your boss gives you an unrealistic deadline. Try, "I can do that, but I'll need a little more time. Would tomorrow morning work?" Situation 3. You're currently at full capacity. You can say, "I'm currently at capacity. Could we discuss which task should take priority?" Situation 4. You don't want to compromise the quality of your work. Say, "I'm concerned I won't be able to give this the attention it deserves." Situation 5. You genuinely cannot take on the task. Say, "I'm afraid I won't be able to take this on right now." So remember, you don't have to choose between being polite and being confident. You can be both. When you're overloaded, explain your priorities. When the deadline is unrealistic, negotiate the timeline. When quality is at risk, explain the concern. And when you genuinely cannot take something on, be clear and respectful. Most importantly, don't automatically say yes just because you're afraid of saying no. A professional doesn't simply accept every request. A professional communicates priorities, timelines, capacity, and boundaries. And that's a skill you can practice. So choose one of today's phrases and use it the next time you need to handle a difficult request at work. The goal isn't to become someone who says no all the time. The goal is to become someone who can say, "I can't do that right now," without losing confidence. And once you can do that, workplace English becomes much easier. In the next lesson, we'll look at another difficult workplace situation: what to say when your boss gives you an impossible deadline. Because knowing what to say is one thing, being confident enough to say it is the real skill.